How's it going, Spaceports? Vethlane here, and today I want to talk to you about Vital Shell. I have the demo disc open right now. It is available on Steam, and I'll link it below. This game has a lot of things that I enjoy in it, and I want to take you through a run. I just finished a run on this game. I'm super excited to show you guys what's up. This is a PSX graphics mech-inspired vampire survivor-like bullet heaven game. We only have one build available right now and one level, unless I can unlock more. I haven't beaten it yet. I died on the last boss last time, but let's get right into it. I want to show you guys this. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We have an ambient jungle soundtrack in the background. We're cutting the air with sword slashes, and I gotta tell you, this game is full of some terrific, as in terrifying, creatures, abstract horrors beyond man's comprehension. They may be man-made horrors beyond our comprehension as well, but this is very similar to a Vampire Survivors type game. We get to pick different weapons. They do different things. As you can see, there's different damage types as well. Right now we have a sun shard that does elemental damage and two different physical damage weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and take the bloom cannon. I unlocked this from my last round, and this is a shotgun, so we'll see how this does for us. I don't really have a goal besides hopefully winning. I just wanted to show this game off because it is quite a character in and of itself. We've got flying eyeballs now. This is one of those games that really sparked some nostalgia with me in the look of it, because this is not the game that you would buy for a PS1 or PSX on your own. This is a game that gets gifted to you by your grandma who doesn't know what video games are. That's what this looks like. This is an esoteric Japanese video game that somehow made its way to the West and into your young hands, and you don't know what the heck's up with it or what to do. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It has a certain allure to it that I'm extremely drawn to. These walking eggheads here. And don't you worry, things might seem a little slow right now, but they're going to kick up. Things get pretty hairy towards the end of the game, especially on wave 20 with the boss coming up. We're doing pretty good damage, and as you can see, we're on a timer. This isn't about clearing specific enemies out. Your waves finish on a timer, so your only mission is to survive. That's the only thing you have to worry about, is surviving. Now, you probably saw me picking some of these perks as we go along. These are, as you would expect, pretty normal things for these bullet heaven type of roguelite games. I'm going to go all in on attack speed, physical damage this run. I think that's what we're going for. It's good to pick a couple of stats and stick with it. Attack speed is always one of my favorites in bullet heaven games because it doesn't matter how little damage you do. If you can attack 1 William times a second, you're going to be doing a ton of damage. So, and then we get shell protocols. Now, at certain points throughout the run, you'll see here over on the left, we have our 2 weapons that we collected, and then as we go through the waves, you unlock additional abilities and a special move and a heavy weapon along the way. So we're slowly building our character along with having gems that we slot into the weapons and stat boosts that we give ourselves. It's really cool. It's really dynamic. There's a lot of things to do, especially for it just being a demo. So I think what I'm going to do is, after reloading a number of times, I'm going to gain a damage buff. And something I did on my last run was for every critical hit I got, the game actually boosted my attack speed, which led to some really silly scenarios later on in the run. So we're gonna rock with this. We have a stacking stat boost, and we're just gonna keep going. So we're trying to do as much damage as possible. Now, notable, unlike some other bullet heaven games, we're a big frickin' mech. I know it doesn't look like it because we're a little toy right now on the screen, but there's a lot of heft to our character. When you dash through enemies, at least with this character, you deal a significant amount of damage, which feels really, really nice. I'm gonna pick up this range increase to try to boost my shotgun range a little bit, and then why don't we go for some plus 5% damage. Now, Speaking on these gems, I could say this till later in the video, but I'm just going to knock it out while my mind's on it. These gems are very interesting, especially as you get to the late game, because each one of these boosts a stat on a specific weapon, and where games such as Vampire Survivors have weapon evolutions based on upgraded talents, this game actually turns your weapon into it sort of limit breaks your weapon once you have all 4 slots filled, and we'll work on the bloom cannon specifically just to show you what that looks like, because depending on what you slot into your weapon, as you can see this range is going up already, but depending on what you slot into your weapon, it actually gives you a special ability once you max that weapon out. So I'm gonna focus, I didn't know this last time, I'm gonna focus on getting my bloom cannon maxed, and we're gonna see what that does for me. This sword is okay. The sword's not my favorite weapon. I'm really interested to see what weapons the other mechs have once this game releases fully, which I believe the release date that's listed is Q1 of 2026. Currently it's September 15th of 25. This demo came out 10 days ago, so I'm trying to hop on the train early because I like finding cool games and sharing them with you. But just keep an eye on this as we go along. It's going to get really, really fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's just do another 5% damage. We've got 10 total, and we get an extra level up here. I don't know what that is. Is that because... Oh, that's my mouse cursor was on that. Okay, interesting. So this increases our force damage, of which we have none. Maybe my dash counts as force damage. Explosions and knockbacks, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to get some regen just so we get some defensive going on later. We might need a little health boost. And then let's go ahead with 10% physical. Now we have our special move that the game is giving us. I feel like I'm talking really fast. This music has me really pumped up. This game is really fast paced and I'm really having a blast with it. So our special move is basically an ultimate. And I think for now, probably going to go with Barrage since we're going all in on physical, and I'll show you what this does for us. You'll see we have a red orb with an S in it right now. I'm going to wait until there's a few more enemies around us, and then we'll unleash this move. We have what appears to be a 40-second timer this round, so let's just let... Wow, my shotgun's actually doing work. You can tell when you're doing okay at a certain point in one of these games if you feel like you're just bullying these guys. So you can see now I just unleashed a giant machine gun full of bullets into the crowd in front of me. Now they're all assumedly evil. I'm not harming innocents in this abstract pubescent world. But it is what it is. And they get stronger as you go along because they benefit from the damage boosts that you're applying. So right now I have a 20% physical damage boost and a 60% overall damage boost. I don't know where that 60% came from, but you know what? Go off. Let me go ahead and get a dodge boost so we can dodge a little bit faster. I'm going attack speed. Love attack speed on the bloom. Let's keep it up. The more attack speed we can get, the more DPS we are dishing out. The attack speed directly affects the PS part of damage per second because you get more per seconds for each damage you deal. All right, so now you're starting to be able to see things get a little hairy. We're only on wave 7 and already we're having to deal with a pretty decently sized crowd of critters that honestly I need to be a little bit closer than I am to them to make the most out of my time here. Let me just unload. Let me just chew through some of these guys. There we go. That was a great economy of scale for that special charge. At the end of my last round, I had over 90 of those special charges queued up, and I failed on the final boss. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more liberal about using those this time, rather. Keeping up with the physical damage boost. Let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, and now we have another shell protocol. So enemies felled by critical strikes leave behind pools of fire. Critical strikes grant a stacking attack speed buff. I'm gonna go with that again. This was very useful my last time. So I'm gonna try to use this. start kiting a crowd of these guys and just unload with both the shotgun and my special when I have a chance. And that should get us pretty decently fast attack. Now you're starting to be able to see those specials stack up. I have more than I can use here already. And if you're pretty good at movement, I mean, you can tell this game is a little simple right now, and I kind of like it. I'm a big fan of difficult games made accessible without sacrificing the difficulty. This is a tough game, but it offers a lot of fun in that it's easy to get into. The beginning is super slow, not in a bad way. It's super easy to get started on a run in this game, whereas some games, it's really hard to get a run off the ground, and once you do, it's super fun. But that's keeping a lot of people out from the fun part, right? If you make it too difficult at the beginning. So let's go ahead and boost my block here. I'm going to take another regen as well. Okay, and now we have the chance to fill this up. So I'm going to take a critical chance up. We're going to apply it, and now you can see we're upgrading the weapon. Attacks now fire in a spread pattern. Okay, so it appears that with 4 different crystals, I get a spread pattern. Let's see what this does to my shotgun. We just have a ridiculous amount of projectiles now. Lovely. I'm going to assume this is going to be in our favor in a large way because we're hitting more things. We're hitting the same things harder. I'm starting to take a little bit of damage. You can see a very small health bar. Normally in mech games, they favor very large numbers, and this game favors pretty conservative numbers. There is an auto aim as well. If you want to manually aim, I find that to be useful when you're playing some of these games in niche situations like there, where I could aim at something a little bit farther from me than some of the other creatures and create an opening for me to escape without taking as much damage. I find it pretty useful to have an optional manual aim, but I don't like when bullet-heavy games force you to manual aim. I think that there's enough going on in these games that you really want to focus on staying alive and to an extent let the game play for you. I know that's kind of casual talk, but for me, I find it helps a little bit, even if I'm not going to do that all the time. Let's go ahead and take another attack speed. Ooh, force damage, elemental damage, or move speed. I don't know if do we have anything that's... I don't really see any elemental damage or force damage, so why don't we just take speed here? And now we get to pick a heavy weapon. And, man, I guess I'm just going to go all in on the physical. We've got sort of a sniper rifle that's shoulder mounted on our shoulder hard point here. And we're going to rock and roll with that. I'm really tempted to take one of these others, but I want a full run for YouTube to upload. And if I take one of these others, I'm going to have to divert my upgrades into different paths. So why don't we keep it tight and see what this does for us. Oh my goodness. So we're still dealing with these little eggheads on legs, little Baba Yaga floating boys everywhere, expecting a hut on stilts anytime now. But there is a lot of them. We've also upgraded to blue-headed dogs. Shout out Boston Dynamics. Golly, there's a lot happening. Just look at all these XP crystals on the ground. Absolutely beautiful. For some reason, the lack of dynamic shadows, I feel like that's something that really lends itself to this aesthetic. There's a lack of dynamic shadows, and it gives it all this really dreamlike quality where it seems a little unreal, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm going to take potency. Let's see what this actually does for us. Let's take it. Let me get a dodge boost now. Okay, so why don't we go Earth Forger crit chance? And if we have the chance to take all 4 crit chances on the Earth Forger, I would love to do that just to see what happens. It's a sniper rifle. Oh, we've got quadrupedal laser gun skulls. They have mortars sticking out of their foreheads now. Man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. Once again, you It's kind of funny, the last few videos I've recorded have actually been on bullet heaven type games. I did one on Void Breaker, which is a phenomenal first-person shooter roguelite that you should absolutely check out. The game in my video. Check out the video too. And we've also done one on Fun Guys Swarm, another fantastic survivors-like game. It's really cute, but I guess I'm just kind of on a kick for these, and I realized, hey, you're playing these games, why not actually just record them? It's free real estate. It's free real estate. All right, so we're gonna put some damage on the Hand of Justice, which is my sword. Call it what you want. It's just a sword to me. We're shooting out Zelda energy beams from our sword. I've never really understood the energy beam off the sword. It's very much a fantasy thing. It's not rooted in any reality. But with mechs, anything is possible. I have an energy dispersal system on this very medieval sword that is casting out a force blade at a distance, decimating my foes. Oh, we have blue-headed stiltwalkers now. They've got an upgrade. It's the remix. Let's go. So we're about halfway through, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm feeling less pressure this run than I did on my last run. Maybe I just knew a little bit more about how the game works this time. Maybe getting that early transform on my shotgun is doing some work for us, but I'm feeling pretty good about this build. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's go potency again. I don't know what potency is doing, but I feel good about it, and we're going with the gut. Now, I don't know if this is made, I think this game is made by a solo dev, which, by the way, congratulations to you. My boy is cooking. Marvin Wizard, shout out to you. This is so much fun for a demo. All right, let's take this. Enemies felled by critical strikes leave behind pools of fire. So we're gonna do our best to get crits and create some hazardous materials on the ground. Look at that. Look at that sprite animation right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's so funny because you see games like this, and a lot of people will look at things like this and they'll go, why? Why did they choose to do this? And I look at this and I say, why not? What a great idea to really go whole hog with the PSX aesthetic on name your genre here. Because there's so many games that are like, oh, we're shooting for the PSX aesthetic. And then they go in and they make a very slow and clunky platformer or something like that. No shade to those individuals, but it's kind of like, okay, well, you just made a PlayStation 1 game. You didn't make a PSX-inspired video game. You just made a new game for the PlayStation 1. Whereas games like this game, and there's a few others, that I've played in recent times. I can't name them off the top of my head, but a lot of these games nowadays are also doing a great job of this, making things fast, peppy, and a lot of these games deserve to be fast and peppy with these graphics. It lends itself so much, the smooth feeling this game feels exquisite, velvety, silky even to play. It feels lovely. Let's go ahead and take a range upgrade. Ooh, we have another 10% damage. I'm gonna throw in an attack speed on the Hand of Justice right now, just because I want to per second faster, and now we have what I can only describe as a crystalline Shoggoth here. Roaming the lands, many-eyed creature. Also, clusters of red eyeballs are now spawning. Things might be getting a little freaky in the tropical isles here, where I'm doing my operations. Why am I here? I do not know. Where did I come from? Also do not know. All I know is I must destroy, and that's what we do. I haven't even used my special in like 5 rounds. I feel like this game can do with a little bit more balance. I feel certain things, now granted, typically as you proceed through the levels in these types of games, things get exponentially more difficult. So I might hold my balance comments until we see other levels of this game. However, I feel like you do get a little tough a little quickly. That's my only small complaint about this so far. Okay, I'm gonna take another attack speed. Looky here. We have yet another attack speed that I could apply to the Hand of Justice, but you know what? We're taking crit for the Earth Forger. That's my original plan. We're sticking to it. It might be a bad idea not to take a damage upgrade, but we already have a bunch of damage upgrades. We already have quite a bit of attack speed buff. So we're just gonna rock with the gut. And if my gut wins, then I'm going to call myself a person of instinct after I'm finished recording this video. And therefore, will always listen to my gut when playing these games. I feel like I saw an article not long ago, and it could be a hokey article, as many are, but sometimes I just like being stupid, right? Ignorance is bliss. Sometimes I enjoy reading things and not having to worry about, is it true or not? Maybe I will be the sheep for one day, and I'll go back and check my facts afterwards, right? I'm not going to spew them. Well, I'm about to right now, actually. But anyways, I saw this article. I'm getting off track. It's tough to keep focused. There's so many things going on. This article was talking about people's instinct, and I believe the statistic it pulled for some reason was people's gut instincts. When you approach a situation and you have a really strong gut instinct that something is wrong or you should make a specific choice, I think the article said there's a 70% chance that you are right if you are a quote-unquote average human being. Which is crazy to me. I don't know how they figure that. Maybe they just average out. You know, how many times are people right about random things? Who knows? But you know, like a 70% chance, that's pretty good, you know? Okay, let's see what we have. Gain armor at the end of each wave. Critical strikes have a chance to grant a special charge, and attacks have a chance on hit to increase critical strike. I guess I'll go ahead and take this. I'm kind of rocking the same perk loadout that I did my last run. But, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going with what feels good, and I like these stacking buffs because there is a cap. Like, you can see my attack speed. It caps at 30% and then goes down over time. So, they have a cap, but they feel pretty good. They're pretty scalable. It would be interesting later on if the dev added a way to double up on some of these perks, especially if the later stages that he is making are going to be longer. And as you have probably been able to tell, each one of these waves do get longer and longer every time that we finish one. So it would be interesting if one of the levels had like 50 waves, because then you're actually dealing with some elongated or prolonged periods of combat in which stacking perks would be pretty useful. Another thing that's pretty handy in this game is my level bar up on the top right, which you can't see right now. When it fills up, it actually refills your health all the way. And if you're careful about it, you can time that to save you from some issues. Okay, so we have another crit strike. Let's throw it on the Earth Forger. We're getting really close to the end of the run. I'm really interested to see how we're going to do against the boss. I didn't quite notice his pattern the first time that I was playing, and that is why I perished. So this time I'm going to do my very best to do a good job, not embarrass myself on the international website of YouTube. And we're going to see if we can win this. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like our build is better this time. You know, I keep talking about this last run I had, and you guys didn't see it at all, so I apologize. It's like telling somebody about somebody that you used to know, like they should have known them too. So my bad on that. But all will come to fruition soon. I haven't even had to dodge through a lot of guys or use my special very often, which is interesting. Now, I think that I'm not going to get anywhere near the amount of special charges I had previously. I think we're going to cap out probably around 60 by the end at most. But we'll see. Okay, now we have full blues. So let's go. Let's see what this does for us. Liquefaction. Attacks apply burning damage proportional to critical strike chance. Very interesting. Very interesting. So now we're catching things on fire. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. For this to be on a piercing weapon, is pretty intense. Look at the speed we're taking things out on. And the boss is a single entity too, so I feel like I've just built a boss killer with this. We've got damage over time. We have crit chance really high. Just mowing down the Shoggoths. And it looks like the Shoggoths, when they pass away, they do summon all the eyeballs that were held within their body. That's how that enemy works. They're sort of spawners. Very interesting. Okay, we're learning a little bit more here and there about things. Things are actually getting very hairy here in Wave 18. We got to keep an eye out. So far, nothing I can't handle with a little bit of dodging. We're taking some just glancing blows here. Thankfully, my my block percentage has covered my butt so far. Let's go ahead and take attack speed to the Hand of Justice. I wish I would have just gone with attack speed the whole time, but we're slinging. We're slinging blades. Sling blade, man. We're just slinging these chopping waves. It's all right. I feel like everything that we have equipped is doing work. It's doing its job exceptionally. Exceptionally. We're now level 25. We've leveled up quite a bit. Now, I don't know exactly how the block mechanic works. It reads as if it's going to give you a flat percentage chance to block a hit, but I've been getting pretty lucky if that's the case. I don't know what my block percentage is at. We'll take a look at that after this round, or after this wave. But I feel like we've gotten pretty lucky on the few glancing blows that I've received so far. Okay. What's our block? 35%. That's nothing to turn your nose up at. What's our crit chance here? Critical strike, 9%. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and take another one of those. And we'll do attack speed up on the Hand of Justice. Let's see what happens. We got 3 reds. Detonation attacks have a chance to explode on hit, dealing force damage. I will never say no to free damage. It's free real estate. So now we're on the final wave, and we have, holy moly, we have a boss, and as you can see, he spins around and shoots red things. Oh, he's bringing down some missiles on us. Oh, wow. Okay. This is actually quite scary. If we can just, like, focus him down with our specials, that would be excellent. Okay, we did it. We did it. Those 45 specials coming in clutch. Rank C? Excuse me? How do you get better than that? I feel like we swept it. I feel like I swept that run, and I got rank C. Look at that. Damage done. 710,068. I only took 145 damage. Rank C, everybody. Rank C. But you know what? We're going to be able to max out some more levels in Devotion, which is the unlock system of the game. We're Devotion level 4. Oh, I just unlocked a new shell. By beating that guy, I get to play as him, the Bloodfang, Fulgurite, Tier 3 Acuity. Is this a new gem that we can get? Interesting. So this is Vital Shell, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start another run. Oh no, it's unavailable on the demo. Okay, we got a wish listed on Steam to get that, guys. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Check out some of my other videos on my channel. I'm feeling really good tonight. I'm really loving this game. Make sure and support the dev. I try to find games that are worth supporting. I don't want to post about them if I don't feel that way about them, but I feel like Marvin Wizard is doing something really cool here and deserves a little bit of recognition. So guys, be stellar, do something kind for yourself, something kind for somebody else, and I will talk to you all later. See ya!